This tutorial in AutoCAD is about creating a series of closed polylines extruding to make solids, which can represent a pancake model, or what I refer to as a pancake. So we're making the site boundary, which is 320 by 160. I type in the command rectang and the 0, the lower left corner and the upper right, zoom to extents, a little bit of layer management to create a series of layers, one for the site boundary and the other for the contours. I'll make the contour layer active. Okay, and fuss with the layer menu, excuse me. So dialog box. Now I'm going to make a series of contour lines. The assignment requests a relief of a minimum of 15 feet. So I'm going to make 5 lines, each line representing a step or a change in elevation of 3 feet. You'll notice I forget one, which you'll see I get to later, and then make the last contour. So it slopes quite heavily to the left and then slows down as you get to the right. So in order to proceed, they need to be closed polylines. So the quick thing is to offset the site boundary every 10 feet, extend and trim each one of the contours, join them so they form closed polylines, and then extrude them to make the solids. As you know, in some applications, contours they never exist in the same XY space. They're never incidental or lie on top of each other. So I'm using the offset as a simple management technique to make sure that my contours don't overlap or intersect. So file save, change your site boundary to the proper layer and the contours to their proper layer, and then go through the task of extending and trimming. You can do this with the extend command, or you can use the grips and just grab the line itself. So extend, and now trim. Always selecting the part that you want to go away. Alright, now delete all the extras, and one more rectangle is required just to be the ground plane, the 0 tumble. You can see what it looks like in a axonometric view. Now join all of the entities together. You could use the join all command, and then I just click on each contour to confirm that it is a closed polyline. That's essential in order to extrude the polygon, to sweep it in the vertical, to go from polygon or surface to solid. If they're not closed, then you'll get a thickened polyline. So the command here now is extrude. The ground plane, or the 0, I'm going to extrude to -1, and then each subsequent contour a multiple of 3. So that should be 3. 9, 12, and then 15. File save. I'm going to shade the view so that you can see that they are closed polylines swept to be extruded solids. Return to the wireframe view. Now I will union all of the pancakes together. I will extrude the site boundary so that I can eventually trim off all of the excess. I made sure the site boundary was extruded 20 feet because I have to ensure that it's going to intersect or at least be greater in height than all of the contours themselves. I move it down just a little bit also to ensure that it will be below the lowest solid object. I can look at it in an elevation view and confirm that it is above the highest and below the lowest contour. Return to plan view. Tumble. And now union all of the contour objects. Click to ensure that it is a solid. They're all together. Now the command I would like to use, after saving the model of course, is to find the intersection between the site boundary, which is the green solid, and the extruded contours, which are the red solids. Alright, there's the result. As usual, the most tiresome part of the exercise is generating the contours. File save, shade it. That's the end.